What's up, everyone? What's good? Yeah, I had to private my last live stream because I said some things in that video I didn't really want to. I really didn't want to. I said too much in that video because YouTube they're on some bullshit when it comes to my channel, and I don't want to ruin this channel, so I got to be careful what I say. Like I can get disrespectful, I just can't say certain words. And I said certain words, like you can't say racial slur words, and you can't say you hate something. Like for some reason, if you say you hate something, like that's like the fucking devil to YouTube. Like you don't have a right to hate something. Like which it's fucking dumb. Like if you don't like something, then you don't like something. Like it's retarded. Like if I don't like something, I have a right to not like it and say I hate it. It's one thing to go out and actually act upon it. Like if I go and knock somebody's brain out with a brick because there's something that I said I didn't like or I hated, then I can understand that. But if I just say I hate something, I should have every right to say I don't like that. But the YouTube's retarded and they're yeah. So I got to be careful what I say on here because I don't want to get this channel banned. Once my community guidelines expire in a month from now on the 22nd of April, then I'm gonna have to start running my mouth like a motherfucking madman. And yeah, so I just got to be careful. I just got to be careful until that date. So that's why when I uploaded that short, I didn't upload it on this channel because if I would have uploaded it, they probably would have flagged that short. Yeah, they don't like honesty because at this point I really don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say whatever I want to say. If you don't like what I have to say, then you don't have to watch my channel. Like I have a right to say what I want to say within the community guidelines. Because at the end of the day, I'm just being real. I'm not gonna sit here and act fake because when you act fake and you're not real within, then it's gonna play out in other ways. Like for example, if you hate something, you need to deal with it and express it. You don't just bottle it up because if you bottle it up, then it's gonna manifest in reality, and you're gonna end up having to express it. And when you bottle it up for so long, then when you express it, it's gonna come out as very toxic. So like that's why I have to like that's why sometimes I be kind of doing too much, and it seems like I'm doing too much, but it's just like I had bottled stuff up for a long time and when I wasn't supposed to, and then when it's coming out now, you guys look at it like, oh, I'm being toxic, but it's like I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing, releasing this shit because I had a lot of this shit bottled the fuck up. So and this, it's another way for me to weed out bitch niggas because I don't like to have fake relationships and fake. I like to have genuine relationships, but I don't like fake ass shit. So if you're fake and you're too mainstream and you're too regular, I don't like that energy. So I have to I like to portray myself a certain way to keep those people away from me because if they come in my reality and for me acting fake, eventually I'm gonna slip up. And I'm saying this through experience. I'm not just talking. I'm saying this through experience because I've actually tried it. If I actually try to be fake, eventually I'm gonna slip up. I'm either gonna forget to act fake or I'm not gonna feel like doing it. And then that's when that other person starts acting like a demon. And then now I have to show them my true self. And then it ends up becoming a huge tower moment for me and that other person. And then I could probably end up in jail. I end up getting cussed out or I end up cussing somebody out or I end up getting into a fight. So like that's why I just keep it I have to keep it real. Like that's just how it is. Because what people want you to do is they want you to be like something you're not, so you can appease them. Everybody just wants their thoughts and feelings appeased. So when a motherfucker's like I remember some stupid ass dankhead raggedy ugly fucking fat bitch was like, I call customer service and they answer when I answered the phone, the guy said, "What's up?" I just hung up on him because that's so disrespectful. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You're the reason why people are so depressed, miserable, and so fake because everybody has to act fake just to appease a bunch of dumbass people like you. And who the fuck are you? You're nobody. Like, what do you do? Who do you help? You don't do nothing. You're just a stupid bot, a raggedy, dank ass, stank pussy bitch with no life. You think you're special because you pay bills and you work a job. Bitch, you're a fucking retard. You're a nobody. If you were to drop dead, nothing would happen. Nobody would care but your raggedy, ugly ass kids who ain't doing shit but going to a fucking regular bullshit college and working at McDonald's just to be a fucking plumber. And you think that they're special because there's something in life. Oh, at least they're working and paying. Bitch, who gives a fuck about that shit? That's why I say it's good that disease exists. It's good that diabetes, cancer exists, because imagine how many people in this world, like imagine if diabetes, depopulation, cancer, um, leukemia, all these diseases that kill people every day, imagine if that didn't exist. All those ugly bald-headed kids in St. Jude's, about like 5 to 10% of those kids could be something special. But the rest of those kids, if they didn't have cancer, they would just grow up to be working at a fucking nail salon or working as a public defender or an attorney or a judge or some fucking bot to the matrix. And that would just be more of a headache for people like me that are trying to break that shit and destroy it. I remember I seen this bald-headed ugly bitch and she had cancer and she was a kid. He's like, oh, I wanted to be a lawyer. I'm like, it's good you have cancer. We don't need no more fucking lawyers. We don't need no more judges. We don't need no more district attorneys. We don't need no more anything that has to do with this system. So bitch, you need to just not be alive. And it's good that you have that disease. And like it's hard to, it's the truth, because now if there was more people on this planet, like if they had the magic pill and the magic cure for disease, if they had that, imagine how many people will be alive right now that will be bots and sheep. Because don't think for 1 second that those people, if they were alive, they're going to be something like me or like you consciously. They're going to be just like these people we're trying to fight and get rid of. Especially these old boomer fuck faces. Like, they need to just hurry the fuck up and falter away, because their programming is keeping this system alive. Like, they're still talking about Biden, Trump, the governor, who are we voting for 2024 and all this. Like, if you're on that type of frequency vibration, if you think it's normal to work a 9 to 5, if you feel good for working a 9 to 5 and paying taxes, you need to just falter the fuck away, because you're a problem of the system. You're fueling this shit. Like, it's ridiculous. So it's like, it's a good thing that depopulation does exist, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't. The disease doesn't exist, because you watch my channel, you know how to get healed. Fasting, become a fucking breatharian, and put down a fucking fork, you fat ass stinky bitch. That's it. Easy. If you can't do that, that means you're lost into your desires, and you need to just falter away. Like those crackers call it Darwinism. When nature kills you because you're too stupid. Even the crackers got it right. They call it Darwinism. So we need that shit, because we have nothing but a bunch of just retards just walking the planet. It's crazy. And then the kids nowadays, they're lost. 99% of children, anytime you see a child, 99% chance they're lost, because the average parent, anybody with intelligence isn't having kids nowadays. So anybody who's having kids, most likely those parents are nothing but a bunch of numbnuts. So they can't, their mind is already in a frequency where when they have kids, they're going to push their mentality onto their kids. And unless that child is a strong spirit to break through that bullshit, the kid is pretty much just going to end up being like the parent. So this is why I say, like, this world is going to get really bad. Like, maybe it's a good thing they're making artificial intelligence, because if you look at it, there's no difference at this point. Like, a lot of people will talk shit about artificial intelligence, but it's like, there's no different, because the average kid or average human being that's gonna grow up to be an adult, they're gonna be more dumber than the adult that is right now. Just like you have Gen Z. Gen Z is more stupider than the previous generation. They can't do anything. The only thing they can do is just scroll the internet and complain. They can't actually take it, because they'll say, oh, I hate the system, fuck the system. But then if there was no system, they're not gonna fix the system. They're gonna just, if the system didn't exist, a lot of people would just die off. You guys don't understand that. That's why a lot of these black people that talk about, oh, the Jewish people and the Masons and all the elite, they're gonna the system's gonna collapse and we're gonna get karma. Like, no, it's not, because you belong to the system. You don't, you work. You don't know how to make, you don't know how to make your own Wi-Fi. You don't know how to, the technological systems that involve making a computer and a network database where it's interconnected and there's telecommunications and you don't know how to make that, and all you niggas are dependent on that, and nobody wants to learn that shit. Everybody just wants to learn how to be a fucking goddamn lawyer and a doctor, pushing pills and fucking locking people up for no reason because you're a dumbass. So if the system fails, nigga, it's gonna be collateral damage. You're gonna die too with the system. You, the fuck? How can you be dependent on your phone and dependent on McDonald's and filling your fat ass up with groceries every night, and you say the system needs to collapse, but you can't even live without all that shit? With the system collapse, nigga, you're going down with it. Collateral damage, idiot. Haven't you heard of that? Collateral damage. You take the damage based upon what was originally damaged because you're connected to it. So all any nigga talk about, oh, the system collapsed, if they don't know how to make a new system, if they don't know how to make telecommunications, or like you say, oh, we don't need technology, we don't need that. Okay, become a breatharian. You won't become a breatharian. So shut your ass up and you better learn telecommunications, how to make internet, how to get your own fucking food through technology, and how to mass produce food and indoor growing and all that shit. Because if you don't do it, nigga, you better become a breatharian because you're gonna falter away. This is why I'm speaking breatharian. Ain't nobody speaking breatharian because everybody's connected to their desires. If you connected to their desires, nigga, you better love that fucking government because it's fucking helping you out. Meet your desires, nigga. You know how to make a Starbucks coffee the taste the way it tastes like that? Shut your ass up. You don't. So you like the government. What's good with it, mystical Mystero? I noticed that my body and head felt lightheaded after the extra. I couldn't go to sleep. Had a lot. Yeah, that's normal. That means your body's accumulating the energy. So just keep doing it, and you'll get used to it. That's what you're. That means you're feeling the energy. The energy's strong and it's vibing through you. That's a good thing. The more you keep doing it, the more you'll get used to it. That's how I felt the first time I did it. So yeah, that when you always stay consistent with it, because if you don't stay consistent, all that energy you build up is just gonna leave, and it's like you getting an abortion with energy. You're gonna build it up just to leave, for it to leave. You don't want to do that, so keep on doing what you're doing, and don't stop. Me, like I'm doing, because me, when I get into a fast and I get to like 10 days, my energy starts to decrease a little, so I have to decrease on the exercise a little. But when I'm fasting, I get into that state, so the energy, like, because I used to think the energy work is what makes you a breatharian, but that's not what makes you a breatharian. What makes you a breatharian is all spiritual, so you have to pretty much initiate the process by fasting and eating less, and over time, eventually the spirit will allow you to be a breatharian. There's no science to becoming a breatharian. It's like a lot of people like to say there's no such thing as magic, and everything is you have to work for, and it's logical, and if you want to get this, that is true to a certain extent, but some things you just wake up in the morning and you just get. Some things, like if you show the spirit you're strong enough and you're on this breatharian path, then one day you're gonna wake up and you're not gonna need to eat no more. It's not like, oh, you got to do yoga, you got to do this. That's not how it is. You have to prove to the spirit that you can do what you need to do, and it's going to give you everything you need. That's how it is. It's not about, oh, I got to do this certain thing. I got to do this. This is how a lot of people get fucked up. Because a lot of people, they want some type of expectation, and then you got these people on YouTube trying to tell you how, like you'll see some idiots talk about how to raise your vibration, how to become psychic, but yet ain't nobody psychic. How did that video you made get 20,000 views, and yet ain't nobody fucking psychic? Everyone's still an idiot. If anything, people are more retarded now than they were before. It's a masquerade. It's a false sense of knowledge. So people are waking up. People ain't nobody waking the fuck up. Because if you don't master your desires, it's impossible to wake up. You can know all the information in the world. If you still are addicted to crack cocaine, then you can't even apply the information because you're addicted to fucking crack cocaine. So everyone's addicted to crack cocaine. aka their desires, whether it be jacking off, fucking too much, eating, drinking, whatever. But yet they want to talk all spiritual. Oh, this, and them. Then shut your ass up, nigga. If the government right now fucking made a McDonald's combo meal $23, your ass will start complaining and bitching. Just like all these Gen Z complaining about, oh, why do they have to raise the price? Why your fat ass have to eat so damn much? Put down the utensils and fucking no, don't eat. It's easy. And if you can't do that, because whatever, I don't care what you, but if you can't do it for whatever excuse, then that's your fault, nigga. On there, if you can't do that, if you can't be a breatharian and you don't want to take on this path of getting rid of desires, what I will tell you you can do, and the best option is to run up that motherfucking bag and become a millionaire, become an 8-figure nigga, and run up that bag. Because when you do that, then you'll be able to have the money and the finance to do whatever you want whenever you feel like doing it, and you can just sit on your ass. But if you think about just like finding another way, like, oh, I'm not gonna be a breatharian, but I don't want to care about money, and then your ass is fucked. But I ain't like all these people complaining about, oh, food is this. I don't care. I don't complain about food. It's to a point right now I don't spend no money on food because I eat so little. Like I have this right here, sunflower seed. This is my favorite snack. This shit will last me days. I just munch on this if I'm little, and then I'm satisfied off that, and I'll have some fruit. And if I eat something unhealthy, it's just because I feel like just eating it. It's not like I need it, but I could just eat that. And I stole those 2 bags. I'm not gonna waste bucks. That's like $4. I just stole that shit because I don't need that much, and I'm not gonna spend no money if I don't have to spend any money on this system. Like about 90% of the products that I consume, whether it be soap, deodorant, food, um, anything, I steal. Only thing I probably will buy will be gasoline for this vehicle and certain things like if I need that like if I need to go get a new car or some shit, or I'm gonna go get like a big ticket item or something important, or I gotta go pay like a certain thing. I don't even pay for my cell phone. I got my family member, they pay for my cell phone. So yeah, I don't pay for a lot of my shit. I just steal most of the shit because somebody said, fuck customer service. Yeah, fuck customer service. I hate them motherfuckers so much. Every time you call them bitches, they just sound so robotic. Cause like, just put a fucking artificial intelligence. Cause I just want to cuss the bitch out. Like, just shut the fuck up. Like, you sound so robotic. Anything else I can help you with? I just hang up the fucking phone. Like, bitch, there's nothing else you can help me with. I just called you what I needed help on. While you were helping me, I'm anticipating to hang up the fucking phone and have my issue resolved. After that, you don't need to tell me if there's anything you can help me with, because I'll just call you back, bitch. Talk about fill out a survey. Bitch, I'm not filling out no damn survey. Pay me some money and I'll fill out a survey. If I fill out that survey, you're going to wish I didn't fill out that survey because I'm going to fucking give you 1-star review on everything. Stupid ass bitch. Also, do you think 2,000 calories a day? Yeah, 2,000 calories a day is too much. To be honest, everyone should be eating 0 calories a day, but not everybody's at that stage. So if you're a regular person working in the matrix, you should, like, if you're eating 2,000 calories a day, the only reason you should be eating 2,000 calories or more a day is if you just love the taste of food. If you're trying to actually fuel the body and keep going, then you don't need 2,000 calories a day. That's my opinion. It's all bullshit. They have to say stupid shit like, oh, you need protein, you need 2,000 calories, because we live in a consumer system and they need your fat ass going to the store and giving out that money so you can keep paying for protein shakes and food and all, so they can make the corporations rich. That's why they say, like, they'll say, oh, you gotta change your toothbrush once every 2 months, or you gotta change out this. They always say some dumbass shit so you can use more products, so you can spend more money. It's not based on that's what it's supposed to be. When they say you need to eat protein and calories, this all has to do with the consumerism and the corporations needing to make that annual revenue more than what it was last year. Even if you're a multi-billion-dollar company and you made $10 billion in 2023, if you don't make over $10 billion in 2024 and 2025 onwards, your company is looked at as it's failing. That's how corporations operate. Because, and it makes sense, because if a corporation can't meet the quota and the revenue it made prior year, 9 times out of 10, that corporation is going to get bankrupt within the next 10 plus years. Because this is why corporations, they have to be greedy, because if they're not greedy, they're gonna go broke. Like this, that's how this matrix is. This is why everybody's greedy, and you have to. There's not enough money. Everyone says, "Oh, it's enough money." The only time it's enough money is if you're a breatharian and if you're really spiritual. If you're not a breatharian and you're not spiritual, there's no such thing as enough money. $100 billion is not enough fucking money. Get that straight. Unless you're a breatharian, unless you're spiritual, $100 billion is not enough money. You have to keep making money, because if you're not spiritual or you're not breatharian, you have to keep getting your desires met. And human beings, this body is not meant to be satisfied. So you're always gonna want more and more and more. There's billionaires and people that are rich that they never wear the same clothes. If they wore the same clothes just twice, they'll be depressed and they'll kill themselves. And the clothes that they wear are like designer clothes that cost like $10,000 per outfit. Why you think, like I said, why do they have designer clothes like Versace and all this shit? Like they this is another reason why they even have crime, like criminals, like drug dealers and scammers and cartels, because they need those cartels fund a lot of these companies like Versace and Gucci and Lamborghini. If it wasn't for crime and they got rid of all the crime, then nobody will really be buying Gucci and Versace and Lamborghini as much as they do. There will be, but it won't be as much, and they'll lose money. This is why you'll never see a situation where crime just goes away, like cartels or drug dealing, and it'll always be there because it helps fuel the system and the economy of these corporations. So it's like this system is built on greed. So it's like there's never enough, and you always, it's like a revolving thing. It's never enough. He's like, I'm glad they made the portion smaller. Yeah, that is a good thing they made the portion smaller. But they putting more poison in the food as well. They're adding more poison to the food, and they're gonna keep doing it, and eventually they're gonna switch to 3D printing, and they're gonna start putting bugs and corn and all these weird ass meat glue and just weird shit that's not really normal. They're gonna do that probably in the next 10 years or so. But they have to gradually, they can't just show people, they have to gradually make the food worse. This is why the food doesn't taste the same as it did, because it's like there's certain rituals that they do that take, like a lot of you guys do a ritual, and some rituals take like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or you may do a ritual to manifest this, but there's some rituals that the government and the system does that take decades. So they may start the ritual like in the year 2000, and then the ritual ends in the year 2040. So they have to do certain things and make certain things little by little, and then to get to that date. Like it's weird. So food is one of them. Like they want to switch to food, but they have to take it step by step, because if they do it all at once, then it's not going to work right, and people will wake up. Just look at it like this: all the shit that you complain about today, if life were to be like it was 20 years ago, then the world will be going into chaos right now. Where we're at right now, it was a slow creep, a slow creep, and then little by little, things got worse and got worse. But nobody really complains because nobody really knows. Like, you see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. That's what it is. They have to do everything little by little and slow by slow, so people don't get scared and shocked, because no people are so dumb to realize it. They don't know. Like, people are just retarded. Is what you got to understand. So like that's why, like, I advise you guys to just don't fucking mix don't mix your energies with anybody that's not on your frequency and not on your vibration. Anybody that doesn't think like you, talk like you. I'm not saying don't deal with people. Deal with people if you have to make money, if you have to go and deal with people, if you want to network. I'm not saying don't network. You need to network, especially in this world. You need to network, but don't network on the basis of like they're your friend. Anybody you're making money with, 9 out of 10 times, anybody that you're making money with is not your friend, because most of the time they're not your friend. You have to just network with people, based on what you need to do and get in and get the fuck out. You can't really be too friendly and nice with anyone. Like it's funny, like even when I'm walking down the street, I'll see motherfuckers like they'll look at me like I'm supposed to say hi to them. Like you know how people walk by like, oh, how you doing? You're supposed to greet. Oh, you're supposed to greet people. I don't gotta fucking greet you. If I feel your energy, I don't like you. Like this one nigga, he's like he has a horrible energy. I can tell because I can tell somebody who's angry because you can't hide anger. It shows up within your body language and your facial expression. And you could just tell he was angry. And then he said hi to me. And like I just walked past this stupid ass. I'm like, I'm not saying hi to you because I know you're a fucking toxic ass motherfucker. I know you're probably racist. You have ulterior motives and you don't give a fuck about me saying hi. You're just trying to accomplish the matrix programming of you needing to say hi to somebody. Like people have to fulfill the prophecy of the program. So they teach you as a kid, oh, say hi to somebody when they come in a room. You don't say hi to everybody. Some people, they don't deserve your attention. They don't deserve your energy. Because anytime you speak and you say hi, you talk, you're giving somebody energy. Some people you just need to ignore. Feel their energy. If you don't fuck with them, don't be afraid to not say nothing to them and just walk by them. And if you walk by them and they get offended, that's confirmation that you didn't you that you made the right decision. Some people I felt the energy and they have a good energy. I'll respond back, but I'm not just responding to anyone. Like this old ass fucker's all looking at me today. Like he's looking at me a certain way. And I'm like, why the fuck is this nigga looking at me? And then I walk by and then this other fat ass bitch walked by him and then she was like, oh, he was like, good morning to her. But then he expected me to say good morning or something. Like it was just weird. Like I'm not saying fucking good morning to you, nigga. First of all, I don't say good morning. I'm not morning anything. Morning isn't good, so I'm not saying good morning to you. I hate when people like they try to push their programs onto you and shit. Damn, you better than me. What they saying hi shit. Yeah, I never say hi to these motherfuckers. I don't care about any of them. They have like if you're not trying to bring me no money or you're not trying to help me out or give me no wisdom, knowledge, or who the fuck is you, nigga? Can you talk about how bodies are liquefied in a process called water cremation, aquamation, and used in the food industry? You're saying bodies in the bodies that are liquefied and used in food. I don't know if they do that or not. They probably do that, but they put like fucking fetuses and all that other shit in the food. Which at the end of the day, like the way I look at it, like everybody's been eating that shit since they were born. So if that was like, I don't like they do put food fetuses and shit in the food. But the way I look at it, like you don't have to eat the food. You don't need to eat it. People who decide to eat the food, that's on them. And it's like I'm not even looking at like maybe it really like I'm not gonna say it like because I I'm not gonna be the one who's gonna talk because a lot of people will talk about shit, but they don't really know what they're talking about. A lot of the things that they do is not really what you think. Like they put shit in the food, but just because they put it in the food doesn't really mean what you think it is. Like I'm not saying it's good for you because at the end of the day, eating unhealthy is bad for you, plain and simple. But like when you talk about them putting fetuses in the food and all that shit, we eat fetuses when we're in the womb. When you're in the womb, you're it's like when you're in the womb, you're eating fetus. Like you're eating that shit. Like that shit is what keeps you alive. So like all that cannibalism and eating humans, I'm not saying it's good for you, but to be honest, it's like it's just like you eating meat. So when they put fetus and all that shit, it's no different than eating a cow or anything else. It's still like a meat product. To be honest, in some cases that shit's more natural than those chemicals that they make. If they make a chemical concoction, that shit's worse than an actual fucking fetus. If you look at it, depending on the situation, because some of these chemicals are poison and people eating that. But the fetus is a natural thing. I'm not saying I eat that shit, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like, oh, they put fetus in all this. Like I didn't. I don't know about that shit. I'm not gonna speak on it like that because things happen for a reason. Like I'm not, I don't really know about shit like that. Because if I don't know something, I'll say I don't know. When it comes, I'm not gonna say them putting fetus in the food is good or bad. Because at the end of the day, I don't really know the whole conclusion coming down to that. If I tell you it's bad, I'm just saying it based upon programming and what I heard and all this other shit. Because you still eat a cow, you still eat people eat deer, people eat all these other animals, people drink cow's milk. You drink human milk. That's human pus, and you're eating. That's still a form of cannibalism. That's human. I'm not saying it's good to eat it, but like they put everything. If it was that bad, niggas would be dropping dead. I don't eat it though, because I don't eat shit in general. So I want to. I don't eat the crap. Recycle dead bodies. I don't know. They probably do that shit. Yeah. I don't know what like when it comes to spiritual information on the internet, you gotta really understand like a lot of this shit is like fucking it's a program. Like you'll be thinking about like, oh, this is bad for you. But in reality, is not what you think it is. This is why you have to come to your own conclusions. Like they were talking about chemtrails and how chemtrails is bad for you. And then there's this one brother on YouTube, Dolo the Pilot, man, he said they put the chemtrails in the air to actually get rid of certain chemicals so people actually can breathe in the fucking oxygen due to the technology. When they make technology, the radiation goes in the air, and if they don't put chemtrails, it's not going to get rid of the chemicals, and it can actually hurt people. So when he said that, that made me kind of think like nobody really knows what the fuck is going on and why they do things. So that's why I question everything. That's why I said the shit about the whole fetus thing, because people complain about, oh, we're eating human babies and fetus, but yet you go and eat a baby cow. Isn't that the same as a cow fetus? So what's the difference between a cow fetus and a human fetus at the end of the day? It's still fucking human flesh. It's still flesh. It's a natural flesh. But niggas will go and eat high fructose syrup and monosodium glutamate, all that shit that's so fucking unnatural, and that's not even natural. And I'm not saying it's good to eat fucking human flesh or whatever, because at the end of the day, I don't eat any of that shit. I even cut down on meat. I don't even like to eat meat like that, because it's like flesh. So I'm the first one to tell you, like, I don't even fuck with meat like that because it's flesh. But if you're gonna eat meat, you don't have no right to complain about some human fetuses really, because it's the same shit, at least in my book. And if it isn't, then why have people been eating it all these years and they continue to eat it every day? Everybody knows they put the shit in McDonald's, but yet people still go to McDonald's. He said, I finally caught one of your live streams. That's what's up. Yeah, I be going live every now and then. I don't really pick a date and a time. I just go live. But yeah, I just want to come on and just speak a little, just to give you guys some wisdom. Just learn to use your mind and don't, because there's so many like just programs that they have running on people on the internet. Because the internet, like a lot of people used to think the internet is safe. Like, oh, we own the internet and the people make the information. Like the internet has been infiltrated. We're in the age of Aquarius right now. Don't for one second think that people control the internet. The internet is no different than how um, national TV was or mainstream programming was 20 years ago. About 4 or 5 years ago, the people, we ran the internet. We ran it. Back in 2018, 2017, 2019, we ran the internet. Now in 2024, they have the government, the system, they have the internet sewed the fuck up. If they didn't, then they wouldn't have it wouldn't have all these algorithms. They wouldn't have people like Kai Cenat and all these fucking bumbleheads like fucking Aiden Ross and Andrew Tate, and all of these people are assigned. And when you see these people, they have millions of subscribers. But the average YouTuber, even like Infinite Waters or people who are like spiritual, they can't even get those views. So that shows you that they have this shit sewed up algorithmically. So you need to understand, like, don't take this. internet shit serious. Don't be like, oh, this person, he has a lot of views, he must know something. No, in matter of fact, it's the opposite. When you see somebody with 500,000 views in a short span of time, 99% chance that channel is spewing bullshit. You guys gotta understand that. When you see a channel that running, that's just why when I'm trying to learn some spiritual information and I see the channel has like 500,000 views or 1 million subscribers or 500,000 views in a short span of time, like in about less than a year, I don't even like to watch the video because I know there's some programming in that video. Because if they were giving out real truth, that video wouldn't be put in the algorithm. It's like back in the day when you watched SpongeBob SquarePants and they had a new episode. Everybody went home and watched the episode. So that episode had 1 million views. But if you were to go on like some no-name channel that nobody really watched, that was like a local channel, and it was about the local high school playing soccer, it didn't get the same views as SpongeBob SquarePants because that channel and that program was created by the people and it was not controlled. So they're not going to allow it to. Why don't they put it on a network where it's going to get millions of views? So, and even when you watch SpongeBob, it had programming that other programming that was local didn't have. So it's the same thing with YouTube. They're not going to allow somebody with real shit to. I'm not saying, because you can be speaking some real shit and get 20,000, 30, 40,000 views sometimes. But when you see these motherfuckers like 100,000, 200,000 plus views, and it's consistently, even if it's like 80,000, 50,000 views, and it's consistently every video, they're not telling you no truth. And any truth that they are telling you, because like they say, every clock is right 2 times. Even a broken clock is right. So these people may have a lot of views. I'm not saying everything they say is wrong, but the things that they say is wrong far outweighs the things that they say is right. And the things that they say is right is just full of shit. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, it's shit you could get at the library, or shit you can come up with your own conclusion, common sense. Like, oh, we all have a spirit. We have shadow work to do. You need to heal to get connected to self. And then they'll say, like, you'll have a content creator, you need to heal to get connected to self. That lures you in. Then they'll say, Black Anunnakis are only going to help people who heal, people who do this, and the planet X is coming, and Antarctica has a fucking green ecosystem in the middle, and black people are going to be the ones that, like, then that's the bullshit. But they lure you in with common sense, such as, oh, we all have a spirit and we're one. And then when people see that, they're like, oh, everything must be right. So then they get confused, where they have to tell you some truth. Everything can't be wrong, because if everything is wrong, then it's like you're gonna know the gig is up. So you gotta, like, use your common sense. That's why I say, when you see a channel with a lot of views, like Infinite Waters, he's an example. Infinite Waters talks about the same fucking shit every goddamn day. A lot of these people that are spiritual, they just want to make a check. A lot of these people, they get paid like $15,000, $10,000 a month, and they want to keep that coming. So if they speak too deep, nobody's gonna watch them, and YouTube is gonna get them out the algorithm. So they have to keep saying the same shit over. That's why you watch Infinite Waters. He says the same shit every fucking day, over and over. This stupid ass nigga talker has the audacity to say, "Oh, I come on here every day and I talk and I make bitch," but you say the same shit every fucking day, you idiot, you dumbass. So at that point, it makes me look at you just want to make a check, which is perfectly fine. But go talk about gaming. Go talk about makeup. Go talk about fucking your train collection or some stupid shit. Well, why you gotta talk about spirituality and then make people confused on what is really true or not? You're fucking with people's spirit and shit, and making people waste time and get confused and then get into the system. Because if it was some real spiritual knowledge out here, like they want you to think, then most people, these corporations, will be losing money. When the corporations are doing better, that means 99% of the time that people are not consciously aware, because that means people are still lost in their desires, because a corporation can't give you shit but a desire. They can't give you shit but a desire. There's nothing a corporation can do. For the most part, is what I should say. At least 90%. It's just they're catering to people's desire. That's why I don't even feed, like she said, don't feed the energy. That's why I don't feed any of that energy. They have it for every community. If you're a female, if you're black, if you're white, they have communities for everyone, for females and white females. Oh, they got this Wiccan rich religion, and they got black people, that black magic with Brother Rich. That's an example of what I'm talking about. Black Magic 363. That's a perfect example. That channel, the government, like that channel is not a threat. You just have a bunch of racist ass black people who are just upset and angry and want a white man's handout, aka reparations. What the fuck is a reparation, nigga? Like, they created the money. If you want $1 billion reparation, all they have to do is give you $1 billion and then go crash the money or go switch the money to fucking cryptocurrency or like it's not even real. They print the money, you fucking idiot. They print it. Haven't you heard of a Federal Reserve Mint office? They print that fucking shit by the bundles. And then you're asking for $1 billion of that printed money. And that's supposed to be some type of reparation. You idiot. Niggas, that's how stupid people are. Like, and like that, and even if they did give you that, how was that actually getting reparations? Because they just have to print the money. And imagine if I killed everybody in your family and stole everything from you, and you said you want payback, and then I go print some bunch of paper with my face on it and I give it to you, and I create a system where you can spend money on the resources of my system. Does that make any sense? You're pretty much gonna give that shit back to me. So pretty much you're like a fucking drug addict. You sucking some dick for crack. That's what it is. If you really think about it. You're doing something that's very stupid to get some fucking resource that you don't even need to do that. He's like, even that spiritual soul guy feels like his channel. Spiritual soul, he don't know what the fuck he's talking about either. Spiritual soul's a fucking idiot. Yeah, he was just a regular nigga who just made videos about. He was like a regular mainstream Hollywood nigga, and he watched probably a couple Young Pharaoh videos in Infinite Water, and he thought he knew everything, and he decided to just start talking about what Young Pharaoh and Infinite Waters was talking about. And since he already had 1 million views from him talking about NBA 2K10 and all that other stupid shit, it was easy for him to build a following with spirituality. That's all. That's why his stupid ass don't make videos no more. He's all trying to be like, any spiritual person telling you that they don't make videos anymore. Oh, I don't make videos because, like, shut your ass up. You don't make videos because you don't got nothing to talk about, and you know that you have no business making videos about it. That's why you don't have nothing to talk about. And I don't even want to call my channel spiritual, because my channel ain't even a spiritual channel. My channel is a channel about fucking life. I talk about everything. I talk about breatharianism. Breatharianism really don't even have nothing to do with spirituality. A lot of people who are spiritual will tell you that it don't. And it really, if to be honest, it really don't. To be honest, but it's funny how spiritual people will talk about desires and getting rid of desires and make that a basis of spirituality. But when I talk about breatharianism, they'll look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm doing too much. But a breatharianism is the ultimate person that's trying to get rid of desires, which everyone that talks about spirituality claims that that's what spirituality is about, getting rid of desires. But I talk about a whole myriad of things. I don't even like to say my channel. I'm not even a teacher. I'm not spiritual because I don't want to put myself in a program, because then you guys would be like, "Oh, well, you're a teacher." I'm not no teacher. I'm not an idol that you should look up to. I'm not no anything. If anything, I would at least like for you to say I'm a health guru. If anything, and I wouldn't even call myself that, but call me a health guru, a health practitioner, or a holistic healer. I would rather have that energy, or a breatharian. But besides that, I wouldn't even call myself that. But if you were to call me anything, I would say breatharian or a holistic healer. That's it. Other than that, I don't even want to be called shit. Because I'm not an idol, or don't look up to me. I'm not, because at the end of the day, if I'm feeling some type of way and I want to cuss a motherfucker out, I don't want you to be like, oh, you say you were this, and no, I'm not like that. I'm not an idol. I can be a very mean person depending on who I'm with, and whatever you do to me. I have to just say that because I'm not like I'm a mean person, but you have to make a disclaimer because you got if I don't, then you'll have a situation like Nature Boy or Young Pharaoh where everyone try to say, well, you said you were this, I didn't say I was shit. You said that I was there. Don't project what you want me to be. I can't be what you want me to be. I can only be what I need and want to be. Like that's selfish as fuck for you to get mad at me because I'm not what you want me to be. That means I have to go and make myself uncomfortable and miserable all for the sake of appeasing you. Fuck you. Who are you? That's selfish as fuck. What if I don't feel like being nice? What if I want to like somebody say, oh, you're negative? What if I don't feel like being positive? If somebody came and slapped your fucking mama in the face and you were mad and then you beat the dude's ass up, oh, you can't control your emotions. You're negative. No. I'm supposed to hold that in? That's fucked up. Fuck you. That's how I said this world is crazy. That's selfish as hell. To want somebody to be something that they're not. If you fucking straight and you like fucking, whether it be you're a woman like men or men like women, and somebody forces you to be the opposite, that's fucked up. So how are you gonna say I'm upset right now and I'm supposed to be happy? No, fuck you. I'm upset. I'm gonna express it. It's the same shit. That's like people say, don't judge a book by its cover. But you're not going to go on a porno site and close your eyes and choose a category and start fucking masturbating to some shit. You're not going to do that. You want to know what the fuck you watching. Otherwise, you might watch some shit you don't want to watch. So you have to judge a book by its fucking cover. You're not going to go to a fucking goddamn restaurant and go order something you don't like and then eat it and throw up. You got to judge a book by its cover. If it doesn't look good, you ain't going to fuck with it. It's okay to judge a book by its cover when it comes to that shit. It's all the same shit. That's why it's good to have your own mind. My channel teaches you how to have your own mind. I'm not saying you can't listen to nobody else, but always question every single person you watch. Always question everyone. And I don't give a fuck if you question me. If you question me and you don't want to agree with me, that's fine. You can go and watch something else. I don't give a shit. The other people, though, they get anybody who gets upset or offended about you questioning them, that means they got something to hide. That means they spitting some bullshit. And some people, you don't have to learn. It's not about what you say. It's based on the actions. Like there's some people, like for example, in the Breatharian community, every single person that I've known in the Breatharian community is a fucking idiot when it comes to esoteric spiritual wisdom and knowledge. They're all retarded. But I respect some of them and I learn from some of them based upon their actions. Like there's one dude, he's a liquidarian. He's trying to become a liquidarian. His knowledge, I subscribed to his channel. I had to unsubscribe because every fucking video is just him talking about the same stupid shit. Common sense, fucking having interviews with a bunch of dumbass bitches that don't know anything. Only thing they can do is, oh, try every day and you'll be a master at what you try. Succeed and succeed. Like just the same stupid, like shut the fuck up. You're telling me what I need to hear, what I already know. Like some bitch on the channel was like, I started crying at your video. You know why? I swear to God, this is what the bitch said. You know why? Because you kept telling me to try. Nobody in my life told me to try, and it made me cry. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Don't sit there and project your own trauma and your fucking daddy didn't love you and your mama ain't shit and she told you weren't shit. Don't project that and try to make it look like that's a lesson. That's not a lesson. Bitch, you just have fucking mommy and daddy issues. Ain't nobody told you they gave a fuck about you. And then somebody told you gave a fuck and you were crying. That's not no spiritual knowledge. But then kept seeing shit on his page like that. So I was like, okay, I gotta unsubscribe but I respect the brother because he's a liquidarian. I'm trying to get on that. And he actually gave me tips on how to become a liquidarian. So I don't hate. So I learned more than just what people say, but actions. That's what you got to understand. You got to learn about like actions. It's not just about what people say. It's about actions. A lot of these New Age practices are just psyops. Exactly. A lot of them are. Especially all these people talk about black magic and I'm going to send voodoo and rituals but you can't send that shit to the government. You can't send that shit to the white police officer who just shot this black kid upside his head. And every time you bring it up, because I used to bring that shit up, like, why don't you send magic to these people who did this? And then they'll always come up with an excuse like divine timing or that's not my responsibility. And like, shut your ass up, nigga. You just can't do it because that shit is weak. That shit only works. I'm not saying voodoo doesn't work, but it doesn't work on the government because the government created voodoo. It's like if I fucking created a gun and and when I created a gun that kills people, but then I created a certain serum when I drink it, those bullets don't kill me. Then anytime you shoot me, it's not gonna hurt me. But when you shoot somebody else, it's gonna kill them. That's what voodoo is. It's like the government has a serum where it doesn't affect them, and that serum is they created the fucking language and the rituals and the gods and all that. That's their serum. But black people are so stupid, they think that white people have nothing to do with voodoo and spirituality. Whereas, bitch, you wouldn't even know voodoo and spirituality unless you do English language. Some voodoo practices even tell you you have to be proficient in Spanish, like Palo Mayombe and Santa Maria. Is they say, oh, you need to learn Spanish, or it works better when you know Spanish. Bitch, who the fuck you think created Spanish? Fucking Masons. These people are stupid. So you wouldn't even know your voodoo religion if it wasn't for a Mason. You wouldn't know your voodoo religion if it wasn't for um any like these fake ass gods, because they're all built around these fake ass gods. So this is why when you see voodoo, it doesn't work on the government. It only works on like other people, and the people it works on are a bunch of weak ass people who don't know shit. And then those people, like those people, if they were spiritual and they were inclined, that voodoo wouldn't even work on them, because you can create your own system and your own shit. You don't even need that crap, where it won't even work on you. Yeah, there's a lot of fake channels though on here. There's a lot of fake channels though, a lot of them. And the government and the Masons who run YouTube, they they allow these channels to prosper, and they give these people their little bullshit YouTube checks to keep them pushing the content. And then they'll have like all these black people like Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, and they'll make you think like they're so special. Nigga, fuck Phil Valentine, fuck Bobby Hemmett, fuck all those stupid ass niggas in that community. They're all weak because they'll say, oh, Bobby Hemmett started talking about, no he didn't, Bobby Hemmett started talking about 72 Goetias and all this Masonic, Jewish, and Greek literature. He started talking about that shit in the 80s or the early 90s, and he was he was one of the first black people to talk about it. But you guys got to understand, that's Greek, so he didn't make that up. The white people who are the Greeks and the Jewish and the Romans and all that, they created literature. They created all these terms such as primordial darkness and chakras and all these fucking words you hear, the 72 Goetias and um Aleister Crowley and all these ritual, all that shit that you hear all these black people talk about, that's a cult. Even the word occult, that's a comes from them. They started talking about this shit like in the 80s when black people were fucking retarded, and only thing they knew was black revolutionary rights and we shall overcome with that stupid nigga Martin Luther King, who they killed, which probably it was a good thing. And that's the only thing niggas knew. So when fucking Bobby Hemmett brought his fat ass out here, started talking about Greek and all this shit, people thought he was the first one. He wasn't the first one. The white Greek man who created that was the first one. He just copied and piggybacked off them. Ain't nobody brought no real fucking shit. There's only a few content creators that be bringing real shit, speaking their own shit. Everybody else is just copying fucking these Greeks and these Romans and these Jews and their literature. They're not. That's what I'm saying. It's all retarded. That's why the black community is worse off than they were in the 80s. Black people are worse off than before. And what are you gonna say? Oh, there's more black millionaires. Shut the fuck up. You know who created the term millionaire? White people. You know who controls the money? White people. So you can't say that, oh, black people are doing better because we got black millionaires. You fucking idiot. There's no black dollars. They're all white dollars with white people's face on it. So if anything, you should say black people are fucking sucking this white man's dick more than they were before. You can say that. You can say that. You can't say black people are doing better now. Black people are doing worse than they were before. Niggas killing each other more. And majority of the niggas who got money got a fucking grill in their damn mouth and shot up half they hood from their ops. So that's most of the niggas with money now. Or they fucking playing basketball and fucking singing and doing some stupid shit. And nothing wrong with that, but why can't we create our own sport? It's good that black people, we have athleticism and we can sing, but why don't we create our own industry, our own genre, our own fucking our own sports? Why don't we use our talent to create our own instead of going and participating in these other crackers shit? That's why I say, like, I don't. That's why I don't have no respect for no, especially after what they did to Nature Boy. I have no respect. That's why I talk down upon. They ain't shit. And they want to say, "Oh, we Native Americans, we this and that." But it's what kind of makes me laugh is like, if you're, so some black people are Native Americans. Like me, I have some in me on my mom's side because my dad's from Nigeria, and I will say I'm half Nigerian. My mom, she's from here, so I have some in me. I'm not gonna sit there and be like these black people. Oh, I'm full Native, no, because I know. But if all like black people say they like to be natives, but yet they killed most of the natives with smallpox, right? They kill most of them are they're very few natives. That's why when you get the thing, they have to do a blood test. If every black person's a Native American, then why the fuck where the fuck did this whole smallpox and their natives are going extinct? Where did that come from? And why the fuck are niggas having babies and 20, 30 kids? You see the average black bitch Kanisha having 30 kids by 3 or 4 baby daddies popping out babies like motherfucking Skittles. But that ain't no native. Otherwise natives wouldn't be extinct. That's some other shit. So that debunks the whole black people are all black people are native. Some black people are, but just because you have a certain nigga skin, just because you got nigga skin don't mean you native. Because if that was the case, then natives wouldn't have been extinct like they say they were. Because what's the fuck is Kanisha popping out 20 babies with 20 baby daddies left and right on welfare with 20 welfare checks? That don't seem like some native shit. That seems like somebody that's a problem and you just producing too much. That's like a problem they try to get rid of. Not something like Native America where it's like a it's going extinct and they got because they got rid of them. That's some other shit. I'm not saying all black people are like, but you gotta. That's why you gotta get your DNA and know what the fuck you are, because not all person who got nigga skin is a Native American. The language is cursed. It is cursed, but this is what we have to use to talk and operate. We've been held down and don't understand how. Shit, some people understand. That's the thing you guys need to understand. I'm saying, like, you shouldn't say that you don't know. We don't understand. Their answers are out there. There's nothing that's hidden no more. Anybody telling you that the government's trying to hide shit, like I was on Black Magic 363, they had some one nigga talk about how fucking the government is trying to hide secret artifacts in Sedona, Arizona. Hey, shut your ass up. Who the fuck gives a fuck about Arizona? Fuck Sedona, Arizona. Ain't nobody hiding shit in Sedona, Arizona. And if they are hiding something, it's not important. You just think it's important. Everything is out there. There's the government's not hiding shit. The only thing they probably hiding is how to fucking build a goddamn electric collider laser scope that can fucking shoot a beam through the motherfucking sky and produce electricity. They're hiding how to create that because I don't know how to create it, and I know none of you niggas know how to create it. That's the only thing they probably hiding, some advanced technology, how to create a fucking laser beam to blow your fucking brain out of these dumbass bots. They hiding that information because I don't know how to make that, and I'm sure a lot of you niggas don't know how to make it. But as far as any ancient artifacts, I don't think they're hiding. Well, not even I don't think. I know they're not hiding shit. And anything that they are hiding, it's not important. At least to me, it ain't. That shit ain't important if they are hiding anything. I was like, I can go and fucking hide this piece of a crumb. Oh, I'm hiding a crumb. If you think the crumb is important, then you can say I'm hiding something valuable, but is it really? It's a fucking crumb. It's not important. The fuck? So yeah, they're hiding shit, but is the shit that they're hiding important? No, it's not. We've been held down. Oh yeah, you already read that question. Yeah, I just gotta say it because a lot of people just be on some bullshit, talking all this stupid ass shit. That's why I like. I remember there was a time though I used to watch a lot of this spiritual shit, But it's like nowadays I don't watch shit no more. Like once you start to wake up, you really don't even need to watch anything because you really like certain people. Don't get me wrong, certain people got information. I'm not saying I know everything. I don't want to fucking know everything. Who the fuck said I want to know everything? I don't want to know what that old ugly fat ass bitch looks like when she's naked. I don't want to know that. So I don't want to know everything. So I will never tell you guys I know everything because I don't want to know everything. But there are some people who do know some shit, and I'm not gonna like they're out there. But at the end of the day, once you really go within, you got all the answers. The only thing you need to know is what you need to know. That's it. Whatever you need to know to better your life and get to the next level, that's all you really need to know. Everything else, you end up wasting your time knowing shit you really don't even matter just so you can say, oh, I'm smarter, I know this. Thinking that, oh, well, this person knows, I want to know so I can be smart like them. But you don't understand that motherfucker spirit. A lot of the shit, the most wisest people you ever come in contact that know a lot, they didn't learn it in this life. They had other lives and they were in the minds of certain entities and certain type of beings. That's how they got their knowledge. You could have had a past experience before this body where you were in the mind of a certain type of being and you got all the information like a download from that being. So now you come into this life and you know everything, but you're trying to copy this guy. Oh, I'm trying to read a book and I'm trying, but you don't even know how he came to that conclusion to know everything. You see what I'm saying? There's different ways to know. It's about experiences, past lives. Sometimes you may go into the mind of another being and whatever they know, you know, and then you can bring that to this life. There's different ways to know. It's not just about reading, and even sometimes may not even be about experience. It may be just you going, well, it is experience. Everything's an experience, but you guys see what I'm saying. Only thing you need to know is what you need to know. That's it. Don't get fixated and feel like you need to know this and that, because that's when you're going to get yourself fucked up, confused, and wasting time. And no, when I talk like this, I'm not angry. I just like talk with. I have a Mercury's and Aries in the eighth house, so it's hard for me not to speak with passion. So if I speak it with passion, that's just how my Mercury in the eighth house. I like to just speak with like robustness. Like even when I be like, when I used to talk to my family, I don't even talk to my family about this shit no more. When I used to talk to them, they used to think I'm getting angry. I'm not getting angry. It's just how I speak, and I'm not gonna tone myself down. Like motherfuckers used to tell me, quiet your voice, quiet your voice. That shit used to piss me off when I'm talking to somebody. Like, quiet your voice. Nowadays, when somebody tells me to quiet, I'm like, I'm not quieting my fucking voice. Just so they keep. So anyway, I say that just so they can stop saying that. Like I'm talking to them, like, quiet your voice, quiet your voice. Stop telling me that I'm not gonna quiet my voice. And every time I go in, and once they do it, then that shuts them up, so they don't keep saying that. Oh man. But I'm gonna drop the link if any of you guys want to join. I doubt anybody wants to join. I just drop it before I end because I'm about to leave right now. I'm about to start my fast around 7 o'clock tonight, Western Pacific time. So that's probably 10 o'clock Eastern. I'm gonna start my fast. So if anybody wants to join, and none of you guys gotta join. I understand a lot of you guys still maybe not on that level, or maybe you guys don't even need to be doing fasting. It's fine, but I know there's some people who still they fuck with the fasting. They were asking me if I want to do when was I gotta do my next fast. So yeah, it don't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be. It can be though if you want to make it like that and you want to do it. It can be. Yeah, I dropped the link if anybody wants to join before I go. If anybody got any more questions too. Yeah, I just gotta expose these motherfuckers, man. Cause I'm not gonna give no more grace to anybody. Like if you on some bullshit, I'm gonna call your name out. I'm gonna say your fucking name. I don't give a fuck. Because we at a point right now where the internet it's sold up. They already got the internet sold up. The internet is they pretty much have everything sold up when it comes to the social media. All these stupid ass niggas out here. We in the age of Aquarius. You can go on the internet. You can go. There's so many opportunities on it. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. That's not how it works, nigga. There's always opportunity. That the first opportunity you ever have and will always have is an opportunity to grow self, to know self, to grow self, and to evolve self. That's the number one opportunity and always opportunity. Anybody talk about an external opportunity? Oh, we in the internet age. We in the shut your stupid ass up, nigga. Cause pretty soon, well, we're not pretty soon. Right now, they already fucking sewed this shit up. You see what they did to Nature Boy? You see fucking the algorithms, how they play games. You see how they got people that got 1 million subscribers making $500,000 a fucking month on YouTube, whereas a person speaking some real information, they're not. They're not fucking able to get shit. You see that. They got this shit sold the fuck up. It's different tiers to it. YouTube sent me I left the video about 6-7 months ago. Around, it was November 16th. Around that day, go on my channel. It was a video where I was talking about YouTube shadow banning. It was called YouTube YT. It was like it was spelled YT. YouTube shadow banning. It was in November, mid-November 16, around that date. I made a video exposing the YouTube algorithm. Literally 4 hours, a few hours after that live stream, they sent me a fucking email talking about how they're gonna cap the limit of the amount of views that I'm gonna be able to get on my channel. They said we're gonna cap your views because you are it's like it was like a soft ban. Like they didn't ban me, but they like they shadowed me, but then they sent me an email. I'm gonna try to pull up the email. I think it's on my communities tab. It's still there. If you scroll all the way back to around November 16th, around that day, you'll see it on my communities tab. It shows you the email that see they're playing games. So they're capping my views. So the views that I'm getting on this channel, they're capped. And there's different levels to it. So for example, there's different levels to YouTube. First, you're a beginner. You may get 100 views, 200 views. They cap that. 200 views is the first cap. Then the next level, then they'll take you to like 300 to 800. Then that's another cap. Then once you get over 1,000, you have to fit a certain criteria, and then they'll bring you to 1,000. This is why when you guys see YouTube channels, there are different levels of YouTubers. Some YouTubers get 2,000 videos, 2,000 to 5,000 views per video, and that's what they get mostly. Then you'll see other YouTubers that get 10,000 to 15 or 20,000 views per video. Then you'll see the other ones that get 30 to 50,000. Then you'll see the ones that get 100,000 plus. Then you see the ones that get only like 1 million plus or 500,000. It's because it's different levels. It's not because people like this person more. It could be, but most of the time it's because YouTube caps your views, because it doesn't want, they even tell you they want to make sure YouTube is a safe community. That's just another word for they don't want information to be out there that they don't want out there. So if they didn't cap my views, more people will watch my channel, and my views will be at like 20, 30,000, and they can't have that because it's going to change the way people think. If too many people are watching channels that they don't need to be watching, that YouTube doesn't want them to watch, it can fuck up the whole system in terms of the revenue for these corporations, taxes. People may not go to work no more because certain information they don't want. And it's not even about what I'm talking about. It's how I speak. Get that clear. It's not what you say. Because I don't even speak deep esoteric knowledge like other people. And those people get banned too. But my shit is simple. But how I talk, I'm able to like talk in a certain way to attract attention and really speak deep, but in a simple way, and they don't like it. It's a certain way I give, because I'm too real. You can't be too real in life. If you're too talented in this world, in this system, in this matrix that the government created, if you're too real, if you're too talented, if you're too much of the shit, you will get blocked and attacked. Don't think that, oh, I'm going to be the best dancer, I'm going to be the best rapper, I'm going to be the best singer, and don't think that people are going to support you. If you're too good at something, people above you will spot that, and then they will try their best to block you because you're going to take their spot. A lot of you guys think it's backwards. Oh, I got to be the best. No, it's opposite, because we're in a devilish world. If you're too good, then you'll have people try to block you, and They'll get jealous. They'll get angry. Oh, he knows too much. He's too charismatic. He's speaking like this. Let's block him, because if he gets too big, he's got to take our position, and he's got to be able to control a niche. He's got to be able to control an industry, and we want to control it. So let's block him. We see how good he is, but he's too good. We have to get somebody that's good, but they're not too good. This is why, like, you see what I'm saying? This is why they block people's channel like me. Like Dolo the Pilot Man. He's a perfect example. He's the only, like me, I'm a real person. I scrutinize fucking everybody. Everybody I scrutinize. And I even when I was scrutinizing Dolo, I can't find, I'm not saying I agree with everything he says, but out of everybody on this YouTube, he's the only person that's the realest, that's speaking some real shit. And I try to find a flaw, like what he's saying is wrong, but I can't find it. It's like something in me, and my spirit's like he's some real. She be speaking some real shit, and they're blocking his shit. That's why they be playing with his views. They be trolling him, and you don't see that on other people's channel like I see it on his channel. So that's why I respect that brother, because out of everyone, he's like the only one, and I scrutinize everyone, and I can't. It's like something in my spirit, like he's on to something. What he's saying checks out, because like one thing about spirituality is whatever you say spiritually, if you can't verify and find a correspondence with that in real life, then it's fake. Anything somebody comes out their mouth spiritual, if you can't find a correspondence and a correlation with that in real life, then it's fake. Spirituality is real life. So whatever somebody says spiritually, you should be able to see it in the physical as an example and a representation. If you can't see it, then it's fake. Always keep that in mind. So when I watch this channel, he'll say shit that verifies and checks out in real life. There's not that many people that I see that do it. Really. Everybody, they say some shit and a little bit, but then it'll be some shit that's like you have to believe. You have to go on belief. It's not like okay, I know it. Because they try to make you think spirituality has to do with faith and belief. No, spirituality is supposed to be just like this. I know this motherfucking, this is a napkin. This is a napkin right here. I know that. It's not no belief or no faith. That's how spirituality is supposed to be. If anytime you're watching spirituality and it's not like that, then that means they're on some bullshit. They're making up their own religion. Because spirituality is reality. It has reality in it. Spirituality, reality is a type of reality. So it's the same shit. It's a type of reality. It's the same thing. It's not called spiritual bunky and reality. It's spirituality and reality. They're connected. They're intertwined. In order to have this body and this physical, I had to be in the spiritual realm to think this into existence and create it. Otherwise, if it wasn't for the spiritual realm, we wouldn't even have this flesh in this body. So it has to be connected. So anybody tell you, oh, that's in the clouds, it's not spinning, shut the fuck up. They'll tell you stupid shit like fairies and centaurs and all this other crap. And it's not even what they think. Like all of those things that they tell you, they're representations of something in real life. A fairy and all that shit is not an actual fucking creature that you go into and you see. Don't get me wrong. If we were in our spiritual bodies, we could have created, just like I created this body, we could have created a world where we all look like fairies and fucking centaurs and dinosaurs and shit. But we didn't create it. We created a body that looks like this body right here with ears and a nose. So when you see somebody in a body talking about all this shit, like, oh, these aliens and these fucking magical gnomes and these fucking centaurs and these phoenixes and it's a bird that flies with a dragon, that's not reality. They're just, dragons exist, but it's an allegory. It's explaining something in the physical. It's not an actual dragon. Those Masons and those Greeks and those Jews made it like that. They created the what a dragon looks like. So anytime you see a dragon and it's a fucking a winged beast, that's a Mason's creation. Anytime you see a fairy and it's a little fucking small fairy, like in the Disney movies, you see the little creatures, that's a Mason. That's not what it actually is. Because think about it, the first time you ever seen a fairy or a dinosaur or any fucking fake ass creature they want to tell you that's real, a centaur, you seen it from either a movie or from a book. Don't act like you've seen that shit in real life. You've seen it. So somebody had to make that movie or a book, which is a Mason. Even if somebody say, well, I made a book and I made it and I seen it in my dreams. Bitch, your dreams is because you were in this reality. You got programmed, the Masons programmed your mind successfully. Now you're dreaming about their system. It's like you move to a different house. Let's just say you move to a different house and you start dreaming about that house. Were you dreaming about that house before you moved there? No, you have to experience it in reality for you to dream of that house. You can't dream about something you've never seen before. Even if you did, it's something that your mind created. It's still this reality, but your mind morphed it and created it. It's nothing that's something you've never experienced. Even if it's a place you've never seen before, it's still this reality. It's just the building is over here, that building is here, the sky may be purple, the car may be a little bit longer, and the trees are short. Like it's still the same. It's morphed differently, but it's still this reality. So don't get caught up in all that shit. This is why I say you guys gotta really know what's going on, because the spiritual warfare and the mental warfare is very deep. They're really trying to get people lost in car, because when you die, then you're gonna end up experiencing something you don't want to experience. Because when you die, you go to where your mind is at. You start thinking about this Mason shit. You start dying and going into a realm where Mason's created, where you start seeing all these things that don't exist, because that's what's on your mind. You're gonna go to, like, oh, I'm gonna die and go to heaven, and you don't want to go to that Masonic version of heaven. That's hell. But I might go ahead and end this video. There's some deep shit I said on this video. Hopefully you guys like really ponder upon it. And like I said, use your own mind. Like don't sit here. Don't sit there and just watch videos and just like, oh, I know everything. When you watch somebody's videos, if you're gonna learn from anybody's videos, learn how that person thinks. Like if you, let's just say you're somebody you resonate with and you like their channel, don't just listen to what comes out their mouth. Learn how their mind is able to work and understand the reality and think like that, and try to use your mind like that. Don't just listen to, oh, he said this and I'm gonna agree. Try to think like that person, because when you do that, you come up with your own conclusions. You may have an experience in your life and come up with a conclusion that I didn't come up with, or you didn't get from me. But since you watched my channel and you change your thought process to think, I'm not saying think like me, but you start to use your mind, you will come up with the answers to things that nobody has to tell you, because you're tapping into that frequency, that you're able to get information. You're not just trying to learn it, you're trying to get it. You want to come up with your own solutions. You see what I'm saying? You want to be able to learn something on your own instead of somebody always telling you, because you can learn from everything. Life is a book. People say, what's your favorite book? Life is a book. The moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, that's a book. Every person that comes in your life, study that interaction. Any situation that happens, study that. Everything I learn. That's why I learn from life. Like it could be a minor situation, and I could learn from anything. A homeless bum, I could learn from that. A homeless person came up to me, said something that was hella deep, and that was the spirit talking through him. Gave me some wisdom and knowledge. So you guys gotta understand. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. If anybody got any more questions, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this video, guys. I'm about to run out of my batteries again. Um, this is a good live stream, but yep. Peace.